Hello friends! Despite having only 25.3 million acres of land used for agriculture and about 79,500 active farms, California has less farming compared to Texas. However, in recent years, California has consistently held the title of the state with the highest agricultural revenue in the United States, amounting to about $51 billion. Meanwhile, in Texas, with 127 million acres of land used for production, the revenue amounted to only $27 billion. If California were considered an independent country, its agricultural revenue would surpass that of other developed countries, including Germany, Italy, or Mexico. In today's video, we'll be exploring the farms and ranches in California to get an insight into how farming and ranching operate in the state currently. The most popular agricultural products in California include strawberries, grapes, almonds, cattle, and dairy products. Additionally, California agriculture is renowned for its expansive vegetable fields, where thousands of migrant workers are employed. This is what is happening at a dairy farm in Tulare County, South Central California. Farm workers are currently feeding approximately 20 one-month-old dairy calves. In addition to the calves being raised outdoors, there are dozens of other dairy calves in a barn. Most of these calves are milk calves, purchased from neighboring dairy farms. As per the dairy industry standard, all dairy calves are separated from their mothers within 24 hours after birth. This practice helps prevent infection in calves by minimizing exposure to contaminants and feces. This approach has been adopted in recent years. California has consistently held the record for the state with the largest number of dairy cows in the country, boasting around 1.75 million cows distributed across 1,100 farms. Wisconsin comes in second with 1.2 million cows. The majority of dairy cows in California are based on farms and spend the majority of their time residing in barns. Only about 27% of dairy cows in the state are regularly grazed in pastures. California produces approximately 13 million tons of silage each year, with around 35% of this total amount being utilized on dairy farms. The remainder is utilized for other livestock. Milk stands as California's most valuable agricultural commodity, contributing to about $57.7 billion in economic activity in the state. Additionally, the California dairy industry sustains approximately 180,000 highly quality jobs year-round. Goodbye dairy farms. Now let's shift our focus to California horse farms, where hundreds of thousands of horses are raised. According to the 2022 statistics from the American Horse Council, there were approximately 653,000 horses living in California. Among them are about 7,000 wild horses. California also holds the distinction of being the state with the second largest number of horses in the country, surpassed only by Texas, which boasts about 939,000 horses. After birth, foals will stay on the farm with their mothers for about 3 days before being released into the pastures to explore and learn how to eat. A foal needs to suckle 25 to 35 pounds of milk each day, equivalent to 30% of their body weight. Currently, most horses in California are raised in countries such as Ventura, Riverside, and San Diego. The city of Norco in Riverside County is also known as Horse Town of the United States. Here's a herd of horses in Ventura County. Every day, about 50 horses are herded by ranchers to a pasture approximately 2 miles from the farm for feeding. Each day, an adult horse needs to eat fed equivalent to 2% of their body weight, with 90% of their feed coming from grass and the rest being a mixture of corn and soybeans, which is provided when they return to the farm. In addition to horses regularly grazed on pastures in California, there are also thousands of horses raised on farms. Most of these horses undergo training to participate in races or serve in the tourism industry. After being released on the pasture, the horses are brought back to the farm to rest and protect them from predators such as wolves or hyenas. This is a horse gathering area next to the border with Mexico, where hundreds of horses await transportation to horse meat factories in Mexico. To horse meat factories in Mexico for slaughter. Although the slaughter of horses for meat is illegal in the United States, there are still some illegal horse meat factories, and tens of thousands of horses are still slaughtered. According to a report from the American Horse Council, the horse industry in California creates approximately 54,200 direct jobs and a total of 130,200 jobs across the state each year. Another famous agricultural product that we cannot ignore when it comes to California is almonds. California has the largest almond acreage in the United States, with 1.33 million acres. This also makes the United States as the largest almond producer in the world. Almond planting typically starts in mid-February and concludes in late March. With more than 1 million acres of farmland dedicated to almond farming, California accounts for 99.9% of almond production in the United States. According to the USDA statistics in 2021, California produced 2.8 million pounds of almonds, with 52% of those being exported, generating $4.7 billion in revenue. The almond industry in California supports approximately 104,000 jobs, with around 21,000 workers directly employed on almond farms. Let's move on to the garlic field into the San Joaquin Valley in Northern California. California also leads the country in garlic production. In 2021, California utilized about 24,000 acres of farmland for garlic cultivation, yielding 376 million pounds, constituting 91% of the country's production. California's garlic industry provides regular employment for approximately 11,000 people, with around 7,000 workers engaged in garlic harvesting process. Now let's shift our focus to the United Kingdom, a country considered a close ally of the United States in various fields. According to 2021 statistics, the UK has around 216,000 active farms spread across the country, covering approximately 23.2 million acres, which account for 71% of entire territory. In recent years, most crop farms are concentrated in the eastern region, while livestock farms are mainly situated in the western region of the UK. Currently, farm operation in the UK primarily involve wheat, barley, fruit, and vegetable production. Animal husbandry is also prevalent, with numerous farms raising cattle, pigs, sheep, and poultry. We are visiting sheep farm in the county of Nottinghamshire. Located in the east of England, this sheep farm is home to more than 400 adult sheep. Every morning, hundreds of sheep are herded to the grassy areas and the foot of the hill to freely fed. Currently, there are over 400 sheep farms operating in UK, varying in size. The total number of sheep raised across the country is 17.3 million. Here is the cattle market in the county of Norco North Yorkshire, where more than 7,000 sheep aged 10 to 12 months will be auctioned off. After the auction, thousands of sheep will be sent to slaughterhouses, and a significant number will be transferred to other farms to start a new life. An average of 11 to 12 million sheep is slaughtered each year in the United Kingdom. The country's annual output of lamb is about 670 million pounds, which is 5 times more than the amount of lamb produced in the United States. Goodbye, sheep farms. Now, we're heading to the American-style cattle ranch in Norfolk, east of the UK, to witness how thousands of cattle are raised. At this farm, approximately 400 cattle are housed in barns. Each covering, which is about 1 acre in size, is capable of accommodating 55 to 65 animals. Workers here provide daily food for the cattle instead of allowing them to graze on the grassland. In the UK, there are around 560 cattle farms on different sizes, significantly fewer than 700,000 cattle farms in the United States. Most farms here manage about 200 to 400 cattle and calves. Additionally, there are 17 large-scale cattle farms in the UK, supplying the market with approximately 6,000 beef cattle annually. Let's move on to another cattle ranch in Wales, home to more than 600 beef cattle. A unique aspect is that all cows here are purchased at cattle markets in the east of UK when they are 4 to 5 months old. Fresh grass is used to feed hundreds of cows. They will be raised for about 30 months, then will be transported to beef factories. Each year, around 2.6 million cattle are slaughtered in the UK, with an average beef production of about 885,000 tons per year. Currently, about 70% of forage used in the UK is hay and silage. It is estimated that 15.2 billion pounds of hay are produced in the UK each year for cattle ranchers. Additionally, about 11 billion pounds of silage are produced annually for the livestock industry. After being baled, thousands of hay bales are moved to warehouses next to the farm for storage. For each bale of hay, farmers can earn around $5 to $6. Now, let's observe the ongoing harvest on a sweet corn farm in County Devon in southwest England. August to September is the time when a harvest takes place in most of the sweet corn fields in the UK. Unlike sweet corn farms in California or Florida in the US, most sweet corn in the UK is harvested by machines. Manual harvesting of sweet corn is typically carried out only on small-scale farms owned by households. According to 2021 statistics, sweet corn production in the UK is approximately 3.7 million pounds. Next, let's explore some barley fields in the UK to witness the harvest process. The UK's barley growing areas are mainly concentrated in the east of the country, particularly in Yorkshire and eastern Scotland. As of mid-2022, there are expected to be 1.97 million acres of agricultural land used for barley production in the UK. In 2021, barley production in the UK reached around 15.6 billion pounds, with 1.8 billion pounds exported to other countries and the remaining used primarily in the brewing industry.